I think this next game is honestly probably better than Grand Theft Auto, in my opinion. Welcome into the Lounge Single Player. Today we're talking about some of my top third-person games personally think are bangers, but stick around the end and let me know if you agree, or if you don't, just let me know what yours are down in the comments. So let's get into it. So the first one here on our list, it's not in any particular order, but it's the Gears of War series. I've got the Ultimate Edition, and this classic game immerses you in a gripping dystopian narrative set in the war-torn planet. The game follows Marcus, a battle-hardened soldier who has been imprisoned for abandoning his post to save his father. With humanity on the brink of annihilation at the hands of the monstrous horde, Marcus is released to join Delta Squad and lead the fight against the enemy. This edition includes 5 additional chapters, guys, that were not a part of the original Xbox 360 release. These chapters expand the story, taking players through the journey to the station where they face new challenges and enemies in their mission to deploy the light mass bomb, with a group of characters that makes this game just as amazing as the gameplay itself does. Although if you're not aware of the campaign, it is renowned for its intense cover-based shooting mechanics. Players must strategically use cover to survive waves of locust enemies, utilizing a variety of weapons, including the iconic Lancer rifle and also its chainsaw bayonet. But it's not just a shooter, guys. This game also features environmental puzzles and challenges that add a variety to the gameplay, requiring players to interact with their surroundings and think creatively. So I can honestly say that this game is a thrilling journey that delivers a memorable narrative and intense gameplay along the way.
Taking heavy fire. We have hostiles in all directions. Copy that. Calling for reinforcements, over.
What the hell's been going on in this prison?
But if you're looking for a third-person game with an action-adventure hack-and-slash element, then this is the game for you. It's Devil May Cry 5. Alright guys, so it's actually Devil May Cry 5, the Deluxe Edition. But anyways, this game is set several years after the events of Devil May Cry 4, and now follows a new demonic threat that has emerged in the city. Dante, the legendary demon hunter, is called back into action alongside the mysterious Nero and a newcomer known as V. Together they must confront their own personal demons and face a threat that could spell the end of humanity. The game weaves a complex narrative with twists and turns that keep players engaged from start to finish through its renowned, fluid, and stylish combat. Players can switch between multiple characters, guys, each with unique fighting styles, also abilities as well. And as Dante, you utilize a variety of weapons, including swords, guns, and demonic tools. But as Nero, you wield a mechanical arm called the Devil Breaker, which offers different abilities as well. And last but certainly not least is V. You command familiars, which fight on his behalf and make for a distinct gameplay experience. And in this deluxe edition, you can play as Virgil, also Dante's twin brother, with his own set of skills and weapons as well. In addition, you get a unique Devil Breaker, guys, with powerful shockwave attacks, as well as a Pasta Breaker, which is a whimsical weapon. And there's much more, but I don't have time to go into all of them. But if you're looking for a hack and slash with an immersive story, guys, then look no further at this game. But if you're looking for an over-the-top third-person game that's also a shooter, this game's for you, Earth Defense Force. So Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon is clearly a third-person shooter, but it's actually a spin-off entry in the Japanese Earth Defense Force series, and it offers a unique American take on the premise. The game is set in the fictional city of New Detroit, which is under attack by a swarm of giant insects and robots. You take on the role of Lightning Alpha, the leader of your Strike Force squad, as you battle wave after wave of these deadly enemies. There are 4 different classes to choose from, each with unique abilities and equipment, including access to a wide range of over 300 weapons, guys. Also, there's a jet-powered armor for flying and aerial attacks, along with support from turrets, mines, and radar dishes. There's also various vehicles, including tanks and mechas, and despite it receiving mixed reviews from critics for its repetitive nature and lack of depth in the story, I personally think it's a great shooter if you're looking for some mindless fun or just a unique experience for a third-person shooter.
More Ravages inbound, Lightning.
And while I'm usually not a fan of flight simulator games, this one does technically fall under a third-person view. At least you can have first-person as well. That's HAWX 2. Alright guys, even if you're not a fan of flight simulators, just try and give this one a shot. It's got a lot more heart and fun with it, in my opinion anyways, guys, compared to other simulators. The story follows an American HAWX pilot, a Russian pilot, and a British pilot as they deal with a plot by Russian ultranationalists to seize power over Russia. This campaign takes you to various locations, guys, around the world, from Moscow to the Persian Gulf, the Arctic Circle to the Indian Ocean, and with high-resolution GOI commercial satellite imagery, guys, it ensures a high degree of realism as you take on the role of Major Alex Hunter, a pilot from the High Altitude Warfare Experimental Squadron, HAWX, and occasionally assume the roles of other pilots, such as Captain Sokov of the Russian Air Force, Lieutenant Monroe of the British Royal Navy, and Colonel Crenshaw of the HAWX Squadron as well. In addition, you can fly a variety of combat aircraft, guys, including the F-35 Lightning II, F-22 Raptor, the Eurofighter Typhoon, and many more, honestly. The game emphasizes operator-guided weapons, such as precision missiles and bombs, and it includes new weapons like standoff missiles and precision bombs as well. With an immersive gameplay that is a lot of fun, guys, you're sure to have an experience that will take you to the skies.
We'll try not to embarrass you too badly.
But this next one is easily probably within my top 5 of third-person games of all time. That's Crackdown 3. Alright guys, so this is an adrenaline-filled adventure where you take control of an enhanced super agent to dismantle a powerful criminal organization. You play as an agent tasked with taking down the evil Terra Nova Corporation, which has seized control of New Providence, a sprawling metropolis. Your mission is to liberate the city by targeting Terra Nova's infrastructure and its key leaders. As you play through this game, your abilities can be upgraded in 5 categories. There's agility, firearms, strength, explosives, and driving, guys. And collecting orbs and completing missions enhances these abilities, unlocking new powers and making you stronger and more versatile. This game does emphasize vertical exploration as well, with the ability to leap great distances and climb towering structures. This allows for unique combat strategies and finding hidden collectibles. Also, there's a vast array of futuristic weapons and gadgets to use, from traditional firearms to high-tech energy weapons to even cool gadgets, guys, like thrusters. And if that's not enough, this game features a destructible environment where you can cause large-scale destruction, blowing up enemy bases, collapsing structures, and creating chaos is all part of the experience. And of course, you have access to various vehicles, including transforming cars that can adapt to different terrains and combat situations. The campaign also consists of both main missions and side quests. These side quests include everything from rescuing civilians to taking over outposts to even destroying propaganda towers and even collecting agility orbs. This game offers a thrilling experience, guys, with its super powered gameplay, destructible environments, and a vibrant open world with tons of replay value.
Together, we will forge a bold.
We need to shut down the propaganda they're feeding the refugees, and the force fields they use to contain them in the Outlands.
And if you're looking for a third-person game with some survival horror elements, I've got the game for you guys, Daymare. Alright, so Daymare is a third-person survival horror game that is set in the year 1998, and it revolves around a secret government research laboratory where a deadly chemical weapon has leaked, transforming the peaceful town of Keen Sight into a nightmarish zone filled with bloodthirsty monsters. You must uncover the truth behind the incident by following the perspectives of 3 main characters, each bringing a unique viewpoint to the unfolding events. And just so you're aware, also, the game does feature hardcore survival mechanics, requiring players to carefully manage resources, ammo, and health, although they do have a modern version as well. I'm not sure how that one goes. I've thought about doing a comparison. Let me know in the comment section if you guys agree with me. Also, you experience the storyline from 3 different perspectives, as I just mentioned. It's an elite soldier, a helicopter pilot, and also a forest ranger. Along with the hardcore survival mechanics comes a combat system that requires a strategic approach with tough enemies that are hard to kill, guys. You must plan your attacks and use the environment to your advantage, but it's not all combat, guys. The game includes challenging puzzles that you must solve to progress, adding to the tension and the immersion. And while this game isn't for everyone, it's definitely worth my time though.
It's about time you guys got here. You're with emergency response, right?
That's right, Agent Liev. How's the leg?
It hurts. Can't move very far though.
That's unfortunate.
And here we've got another one that's easily within my top 5 for third-person games, and that's going to be Ghost Recon Wildlands. So this one's set in a fictionalized version of Bolivia. The game plunges you into a massive open world, guys, where a covert U.S. Special Forces unit known as the Ghost is tasked with dismantling a powerful and violent drug cartel. This game centers on the Ghost's mission to cripple the cartel, led by the notorious El Sueño. The cartel has turned Bolivia into a narco state, and you must work with local resistance fighters to dismantle the cartel's operation piece by piece. You explore this expansive and immersive world, guys, that has everything from jungles and mountains to deserts and salt flats, and you can explore these environments freely using various vehicles such as cars, motorcycles, helicopters, and boats even, guys. And that's not all. You can actually personalize your Ghost with an array of gear, weapons, and abilities to suit your playstyle, and also their appearance as well. And the gunsmith feature allows for extensive weapon customization. Your missions also can be approached in multiple ways, either stealthily or with full force action, but no matter what, tactical planning is essential. And just when you think you have it all planned out, the dynamic weather and day-night cycles can throw a wrench into your plans. Also, aside from the main story, you can actually engage in numerous side missions, tackling cartel operations, liberating rebel prisoners, and more. And one of the coolest aspects is how your decisions influence local perceptions and the overall impact on the world.
A restaurant that serves food creates meals that people want to eat.
Don't want to spook the target. Copiare y todo saldrá bien. ¿Lo entiendes?
Chill the fuck out, cabron. What do you want?
Amaru, where can I find him?
And this next one is a double pack, so I'm going to split it up a little bit. We have Bayonetta and then also Vanquish. All right, so Bayonetta is an action-packed hack-and-slash game with a unique art style, and if you're a fan of the Devil May Cry series, I'd suggest you give it a shot as well. But anyways, the game follows the story of Bayonetta, a powerful witch who awakens after 500 years of slumber with no memory of her past. The story revolves around your quest to uncover her forgotten history while battling angels and other supernatural foes. The story is filled with over-the-top action and a mix of humor and drama, making it an entertaining experience for players. As you will find out from the start, it actually features a fast-paced and fluid combat system that combines melee attacks, gunplay, and magical abilities. You can perform intricate combos and use a variety of weapons, but one of the game's signature mechanics is witch time. It allows Bayonetta to slow down time when she dodges an attack at the last moment and giving you an opportunity to counterattack. This game is known for its challenging and visually stunning boss battles, which require players to learn enemy patterns and execute precise moves to succeed.
Witches with little resistance and subjugating those who wish to continue the struggle.
So like I promised, this next one is going to be Vanquish, but I wanted to show you guys this steelbook. It's so cool. All right, let's get into it. So Vanquish is actually a third-person shooter action game that is set in a futuristic world where you take on the role of Sam Gideon, a DARPA agent equipped with an advanced battle suit called ARS. The story follows Sam as he is deployed to the orbital station Providence, which has been taken over by a Russian extremist group known as the Order of the Russian Star. Then the station is weaponized and used to attack San Francisco, and Sam must stop the extremists from continuing their assault on New York. This story is filled with intense action and a mix of humor and drama as well. In addition, it's known for its high-octane, fast-paced combat, where you engage in intense gunfights using a variety of weapons, including assault rifles, shotguns, and rocket launchers, and even energy weapons. But one of the game's standout features, guys, is the AR mode, which allows players to slow down time when they dodge attacks, enabling them to shoot with precision. Sam's ARS suit includes a morph gun that can switch between 3 different weapons on the fly, providing flexibility and adaptability in combat. The game features challenging and visually impressive boss battles that requires players to learn enemy patterns and execute precision moves to succeed, just like in Bayonetta. And while it's not a traditional third-person shooter, it's unique and a lot of fun in my opinion.
If you go there, you should be able to flank the enemy from behind.
And for this next one, I gotta say, I'm probably gonna get some haters, but that's okay. I think this next game is honestly probably better than Grand Theft Auto, in my opinion, and that's gonna be Mafia 3. And eventually I want to get my hands on the trilogy and play all of them, but anyways, Mafia 3 is an action-adventure game set in the fictional city of New Bordeaux, inspired by the New Orleans during the late 1960s. And the atmosphere and the story in this game is definitely one of my favorite things about it. The driving as well, I could keep going on anyways. The story follows Lincoln Clay, a Vietnam War veteran who returns home to find his adoptive family, the Black Mob, betrayed and murdered by the Italian Mafia. Seeking revenge, he embarks on a quest to dismantle the Mafia's operations and ultimately building his own criminal empire in the process. It features an immersive open world environment, allowing you to explore freely. The city is filled with diverse districts, each with its own unique atmosphere and challenges, guys. Intense gunfights, hand-to-hand combat, and driving missions are just a few things that you'll experience in this world. Another thing that isn't obvious at first is that your actions influence your reputation in the city, affecting how NPCs interact with you and the overall story progression. And along with that, this game emphasizes player choice as well, with decisions impacting the narrative and multiple endings, guys. But don't worry, you're not going to face all this alone. You'll be joined by 3 underbosses. There's Cassandra, Thomas, and Vito, each bringing unique skills and perspectives to the mission.
Hell, man, I'm a taxpayer. I got the right to know how my money's being spent.
Oh, Georgie Marcano pays taxes.
Damn right I do. That's how they got Al Capone, and I ain't going to prison for no fucking tax bill. Huh.
At least with oil.
And if you love a game with some great stealth elements, then check out this game right here, Hitman Definitive Edition. Alright guys, so just in case you're not aware, this is a compilation of the first season of the 2016 reboot of the Hitman series, and it includes all the content from the original game along with additional features and enhancements. The game follows the story of Agent 47, a genetically enhanced assassin who is tasked with eliminating high-profile targets across various locations around the world. The story is filled with intrigue, espionage, and high-stakes action as Agent 47 navigates through complex missions to uncover the truth behind his existence. Also, the game is divided into 6 episodes, each set in different locations such as Paris, Bangkok, Colorado. Each episode offers a unique setting and challenges as well. You can approach the missions in multiple ways using stealth, disguises, and a variety of weapons to eliminate targets. The game encourages creative and strategic thinking as well, allowing you to find multiple solutions to each mission. And while it's not an open world in the traditional sense, it does have large open world levels that you can explore freely while you're on your missions. This allows for a variety of approaches and tactics to complete your objectives. Also, the game does offer a high replay value as you revisit levels to discover new ways to complete missions and unlock achievements as well.
You're not a superhero, Calvin. They don't exist.
Well, not with that attitude, they don't.
Clearly, Rita doesn't want to be disturbed. Try sneaking round the back.
Saw this painting.
Used that before myself.
Your target is down. Now head calmly towards an exit.
And this next one might be my favorite third-person shooter of all time, and that's going to be Spec Ops The Line. Alright guys, so Spec Ops The Line is another third-person shooter, but this one's set in a dystopian version of Dubai, where a massive sandstorm has devastated the city, and you take on the role of Captain Martin Walker, leading a Delta Force squad on a mission to uncover the truth behind the chaos. You follow Captain Martin and his squad as they navigate the war-torn city of Dubai, which has become a nightmarish landscape filled with refugees, rogue soldiers, and also hostile factions. As you progress, you uncover disturbing secrets about the true nature of the conflict, leading to moral dilemmas and psychological challenges. The game features intense gunfights with a focus on tactical combat and squad-based gameplay, and you can use a variety of weapons, including assault rifles and pistols and even grenades. It's not all about shooting though. The game also emphasizes moral choices and the consequences of those choices. And the game doesn't have a traditional morality system, but instead presents ethical dilemmas that affect the narrative and character development. Along with that, the story delves into deeper themes such as post-traumatic stress disorder and the psychological impact of war and the blurred lines between good and evil.
Don't worry. I think we're about to find out.
My name is Captain Martin Walker. We're looking for survivors. Get she! Take her out! Everyone move!
But even if you don't care for any of those, I would love to know your favorite down in the comment section below. But until next time, y'all have fun playing single player games.